Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am making a grandparents' house. I've never, in the I don't even know how many years that I've been playing The Sims, never made a grandpa and grandma, or pair of elders, or even one elder, without a household attached to it, or anything like that. So I actually don't even know how I got the idea to make a grandparents' house. But here it is. I think that by the end of it, it looks super adorable, super cute. Personally, I find it very homey and comfortable and just super adorable. Um, it is very small. I do realize that. Originally, I had planned on making a upper level. I don't know if I showed that yet or not. I don't think I did, or maybe I did. I don't remember. Um, I originally planned on adding a second level to it, but it looked kind of awkward. I realized because I had the idea that here's me trying to add the second level. It looks really awkward when I put the roof on it, and I had a very specific idea of how it was going to look. I didn't want that dual level look to it, and I think adding the second level just made, I don't know, it just seemed too big for my preference. Maybe I'll make a second house that is dual level for parents, maybe a household that involves all of the Sims, so like the grandpa, the grandma, their children, their grandchildren, all that kind of stuff. That would actually be super fun to do, but that's just not how this one turned out. And I mean, by the end, I was so pleased with this house that I didn't want to screw around with it too much. I originally, in my how I envisioned this house in my head, I had the family room and kitchen set up on the right, and then the bedroom and bathroom set up on the left. But I thought that the chimney, which you saw me earlier trying to put in a decoration chimney, I thought it looked cuter on the left personally, so I decided to switch it around and put the bedroom and the bathroom on the right-hand side and make this makeshift chimney because I didn't really like how the other chimneys were, and I like this specific custom content wallpaper. I think I said this in one of my last builds. I try really, really hard not to use custom content. I'm not really sure why. I guess I view it as a bit of a challenge because I download so much custom content like all the time. It's honestly such a problem. So I try really hard to not use custom content, and I don't know. Sometimes it just kind of gets the best of me. But I think personally I do pretty well at not using it. Here you see me making the bathroom. In a grandparent's house, I felt like it was very fitting to have wallpaper in the bathroom. I don't know about you guys, but personally, I don't have any wallpaper. Actually, I take that back. My bathroom actually has wallpaper now that I think about it, but it's a wallpaper tile mixture. So this is a household that strictly only has a wallpaper and then some type of paneling on the bottom of it. But I think it looks super cute. I think it looks very homey, country-ish feeling, I guess, and I feel as though that's a very grandparents type of feeling to it. I added some candles to the back of the toilet. Again, I've gone crazy with adding decorations to the house, but I felt that candles on the back of the toilet, I think from here on out, I'm going to try and add something to the back of the toilet. I feel like it just makes it very homey and gives it that kind of feeling like it's being lived in as opposed to just like a dollhouse or something where there's like those kind of decorations aren't necessarily there. Again, as always, here's me trying really hard to add soap to a bathroom. I don't know why I continue to torture myself like this and add soap to counters when I have to constantly take the counter out and then put it back in, and it just becomes a complete mess for me. And I don't know why to this day I continue to try and do it, because it becomes such a torture. Such a torture. That's not really proper English, is it? It's probably not. I added those curtains in originally, and then I took them out to make to give the windows some blinds, but I figured that, the that's what they're called, right? Yeah. The curtains looked just considerably better to myself. Um, Going back to it, adding a lamp. Lamps are important, people. Yeah, here's the bathroom now. The bathroom. Oh my gosh, I don't know my rooms. This is the bedroom. I think it ends up in the end being very cute. I had a bit of trouble with the bedroom just because it is a very small room. Again, I did make this house way too small. Oh, here you see me. I had so much trouble with this curtain, man. I wanted to use the double curtain over the windows in front of the bed, behind the bed, I guess is technically the right word for that, behind the bed, but I wanted to place them so that they weren't, like freaking huge at the top of the wall. I wanted to add them so they were aligned with the window itself, but because it was one window and not two windows, I had to either align it with one window or the other window, and it was just a mess. But yeah, I had trouble with that bedroom. I wanted to fit more furniture into it, but again, it was just way too small. But I think in the end, it actually turns out looking really cute. Here's the kitchen. Sorry. Here's the kitchen. It's very cute. I end up changing the wall here. Yeah, I figured to give it less of that squarish look to it. Take it out a little bit. It does, now that I think about it, kind of look like my starter home, but I'm really going to try and start straying away, I guess is the word that I'm looking for here, away from this L-shaped kind of household I have going on all of the time, apparently. I'm going to try and start to steer clear of that, give myself some new horizons, and oh, there's something in my eye. Try and just go for a different shape probably next time, maybe more of a U shape or something like that. Yeah, but the kitchen, that is the word for this room. The kitchen, I had no problems until it came to this part, which is adding in the table and the chairs, because I didn't think about that when I originally made the kitchen. For whatever reason, it just slipped my mind, and I didn't think that they needed to eat somewhere. But, I mean, I had a general idea of what table I wanted to use and a general idea of the chairs that I wanted to use. It was just, when it came to the placement of where to put them, you're going to see me struggle with it a bit, because I felt like everywhere I put it, it just kind of looked too cluttered, and even in the end, I don't really like where the placement is. I end up leaving it against that wall, spoiler alert, but I don't personally like it there, but I felt like there wasn't another place that I could, put it. Oh, struggling again with trying to put something next to a sink. But I did have trouble with that table, and I didn't really know where else to put it, but in the end it goes there, and in the final result of the house, I feel that it does look really nice. But yeah, here's me just adding some decorations. I decided to put that little, I don't know what you'd call it, a teapot, I guess. I decided to put it on the back stove burner just to give it that kind of homey-ish look. Here's me making the house one square bigger just to give that kitchen some more room. It really needed it. But yeah, just fixing up the rest of the house there. I do end up taking out those windows, I think right now, or really soon, if not right now. I wanted to give them a bit of a porch that, I don't remember if I actually kept that or not. Maybe I did keep that now that I think about it, because it does look really cute, and I feel like it's a very grandparents thing to have a porch, although my grandparents I don't think have a porch, and I have a porch at my house, so maybe it's not a grandparents thing now that I think about it. But, and I did want to add a bench there. I don't know if I have it in here or not. If it is, it's probably coming up really soon, where I do try to add a foundation to give them a porch. It doesn't end up working well, and spoiler alert, it doesn't stay. I am changing the wallpaper in the family room / kitchen. I wanted to bring more of a differentiation. Is that a word? I think that's a word. Between where the family room is and where the kitchen is, I feel like the only difference there is the flooring. And while that is a very clear indicator, I wanted to change it up a bit. So I do end up adding a different colored wall here. I do really like this. I normally steer clear of adding different colored walling into the same room just because I've never been a huge fan of the idea of it, but I feel that in this house it actually really works. So I'm very pleased with that. The family room, again, it's a small house. I should have made it bigger. should have done it. Should have done it when I had the chance, but I do struggle a little bit with the family room. I gave the parents a very nice TV, or not the parents, the grandparents, a very nice TV. Um, I don't know. I feel like I could be wrong on it. My grandpa is very, very tech savvy, so I feel like it's a thing, but it might not be. That might just be my grandpa. So, because of my own personal experience, I felt that the grandparents should have a nice TV. Here I am adding some, well, not anymore, but I added some lights to the pathway out front, adding some decorations now to the house just to make it very homey and lived in. My big thing when I make a house is that I try really hard to give it that lived in homey feeling. Like, I feel like that's when my sim houses are complete, is when I feel like it's not just a dollhouse per se, I guess is the word I'm looking for. It's it looks like a house. Like, I wanna live in that house. It's a homey house or a classy house or whatever I'm going for. I've never actually used this decoration before. It's like a teapot set, coffee set thing. It has like a teapot or a coffee pot or whatever you want to call it, and I think it has some cups in there, although I might be wrong. I just wanted to add it because I felt like it was very, homey, kitcheny. I add those two pictures next to the door of the policeman, maybe as like, or policeman and policewoman, maybe as like it's maybe them when they were younger, or probably more realistically their children or something like that. I feel like it's a very grandparent-y thing to have lots of family photos around, or not even just family photos, just photos in general. So I do end up adding, or trying at least, to add a lot of photos around the house, make it look all cute. Again, lived in is my big thing. For a while, I thought maybe they should have a doormat. I don't actually remember if I end up keeping it or not, but there you go. I have a little, like, photo of a soccer team in there. Maybe it's their granddaughters on the soccer team. I felt like it was a very grandparents type thing to have a cookie jar. I actually asked my friends that were in the room when I was making this house what they thought grandparents keep in their house. I don't know, like, how to decorate a grandparent's house. I lack in the knowledge of grandparents. So I didn't want it to be solely, I guess it's kind of solely my experience, but I wanted the idea from other grandparents' households and stuff like that, so I guess it was just a mixture of multiple grandparents, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I think we're coming up to the end of the video sometime soon. Not just yet. It's a few more minutes, I believe. Because I do. Again, I end up changing around the family room. I really just couldn't get that family room feeling the way I wanted it to. So I do end up switching it around. But I think I'd do the backyard first. Yep, here we go. Now we're doing the backyard. I changed it into daylight so I could see what I'm doing, because I always seem to have this problem where anytime I decorate a house, it always seems to be stuck in nighttime or in not daylight hours. I feel like having a birdhouse and a bird bath, I think it's what that's called. I didn't want to add a fountain. I wanted to add that one gate, but like it was too big, and I thought it was going to be really small because the picture looked really small. I was very wrong. But I felt like having a bird bath and a bird house, that's the word for it, yeah, bird house, was very grandparent-esque. I gave them lots of trees. I feel like grandparents always have lots of trees around their house, or maybe it's just where I live, because where I live also has lots of trees. But I don't know, I tried to give it a mash of trees, not just one type of tree, like many types of trees. Although it does end up being in that like 6 line, but I promise the next house I do, I'm gonna stray away from like everything that I usually do with like houses in squares or L shapes or like 6 trees on a lot. Like, I swear I'm gonna steer away from it. This time, I did something new with the house that I've never done before, but it came to me while I was in the midst of making the house. Instead of having a planter and then like waiting for the plants to grow in it or planting some flowers or anything like that, I decided to um, just like move the flowers into it. I think it looks really cute like this. Actually, I think it looks way cuter than the flowers that come with the game, or that not that come with the game, but like the flowers you can plant in there. I think they just look way cuter this way. They look more full. They look just nicer in my opinion. You know, whatever. Who am I? Um, Adding some dirt around the bottom of the trees and just adding that little final touch to everything. I think I do end up switching around the backyard one more time. Um, or right here, actually. Oh, just kidding. Adding a lamp, because lamps are important. Here you go. I start to switch around the back now. I felt like it looked very, very empty, in my opinion, still. So I wanted to add that chair and that table under there, but I felt like it was just a little too crowded under there if I had those right there, and it was like right in the way of the kitchen windows, and I don't know, it wasn't working for me. And then I was thinking I was going to like try and add some flowers or some type of canopy at the top of it. That also didn't work. I added a gnome. Honestly, this was kind of just me goofing around looking at the gnomes, and then it just kind of stuck, and I was very pleased with it. So that's how that gnome ended up getting there. This little wishing well with the flowers in it and everything like that, I originally wasn't going to put that in, but I really liked how it fit, and I didn't like how it fit in the backyard, like outside of the fence, but how it looked inside the fence, or how it does look inside the fence, I should say. I think that it looks really nice, really cute. I was very pleased with it. And then I also added that different type of easel, because I always use the one type of easel, and I wanted something different. Here I am. I'm about to, yep, there we go, switch around the family room one last time. I wanted to add a grandfather clock in there because I felt like that's a very grandparents thing to do. Here we go. Here are pictures, the backyard. I really, really enjoyed making this house, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you later.